Hey guys, quick overview of the different SIG P365 models. So in 2017, SIG introduced this little pistol, and it took the world by storm. Anyway, it's at a 10 round magazine capacity. Then in 2019, they brought out the P365 XL. And what they did was they lengthened the grip slightly, and they lengthened the slide slightly. And now it came with a 12 round magazine. Also in 2019, they brought out the SAS. Now what the SAS was, it was the standard 365 frame and slide, and all they did was, the SAS stood for SIG anti-snag, and what they did was they shaved off the controls and they took the sights off. They put these tritium sights in. You look through them like that, and you get a dot, a circle with a dot. Then in 2021, SIG brought out the X, the P365X, and what that was is they used the longer grip of the XL with the original P365 slide. So it gave you more of a grip to hold on to, and you still had the 12 round magazine of the XL. And then in 2022, SIG did two things. They brought out the 380, and I don't have one, but it was essentially, it's the same size as the original. This is the SAS, same size as the original 365, just in 380. And they brought out what they called the X Macro. Now the X Macro used the slide of the XL, and they introduced a new, much bigger frame with a much bigger grip, and that took 17 rounds. So it's not quite a full-size pistol, but it's certainly not a micro pistol anymore. And then just some generic stuff that all the SIGs have, all the P365s have. So all of them are optics ready. So that plate screws in from the underside, and you can take, the SAS does not, that sight is not removable. The plate screws in from the bottom, and the plate comes off with the sight, and you can put a red dot on there, and therefore it's optics ready. The other thing is they came without a safety, or you can have it with a safety. And the safety on the SIG, most of the polymer guns, the safety is kind of an afterthought. It's as if the gun was designed not to have a safety, and then due to demand, people wanted a safety, and then the companies added a safety on, and it's a little fiddly little button that you have to play with that's really useless. The SIG one is actually a usable safety. You can actually engage that safety, and you can even ride it with your thumb, and it is ambidextrous. It's also on the right side of the gun. The standard sighted guns, they come with night sights, so they got a very bright green front tritium sight, and they got two little vials in the back, which is they dim in the day. They don't shine in the day, but they do shine at night, which kind of gives you a blacked out impression in the day with some night sight capabilities at night. The original P365, like the SAS, came with this curved trigger, and although the spring weights are the same, it just feels harder than what you have on the X and the XL and the Macro. They come with a straight trigger, and because it's a flat face trigger, you can get your finger down lower, and it actually feels lighter to pull. And what all the SIGs have is they got a removable fire control unit, FCU, and that's the part that's serialized in there, and that's the gun. So you push that pin, and that control unit with the trigger comes out, and that's the gun. Push that pin through, and then just pull it out. According to the ATF, this is the gun. This is the licensed part, or the regulated part rather, and that's the serial number. So you can take this and put it on any SIG frame, any slide. This is the control part. So in summary, there are three different grip sizes or grip modules for the SIGs. There's the original 365 with the proprietary SIG rail on the front and the short grip frame. That and later came with the X and the XL. With the XL and the X came the same proprietary SIG rail and the longer grip, which took the 12-round magazine. And then later with the X Macro came the 17-round magazine length grip, and it's got a 1913 pick rail accessory rail at the bottom. The slides, there's two slide lengths really, and it is the original P365 slide length, which is this is what was on the original P365, as well as the X. The SAS shared the same slide length, it's just the sights were shaved off. And then with the XL came the longer slide, and that same slide length was used on the X Macro. You can see the difference, it's like 3/4 of an inch over there. Also with the X Macro, you also get the X Macro Comp, where they've moved the sight slightly back, and they've got an integrated compensator at the front of the slide. Anyway, guys, I hope you found that interesting, and put some clarity on the plethora of SIG models, P365 models out there. Stay safe. We talk again. Cheers.